10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, 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 hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, hey,
hey,
hey,
hey.
hey, hey. We are here, we are here, we are here, everybody. Welcome, Pink Fan Fur and Company. Coming at you live from you know what time it is, the studio. Hey, we've got a great guest for you today. It is going to be a fun time tonight. We hope you have a good time. Welcome to all of our viewers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jump into the chat, ask your hard questions, have some fun, grab you some sip, and let's go. So, tonight's Thursday, Super Fan Thursday. We've got a beautiful guest here tonight. But before we introduce our beautiful guest, just want to tell you a little bit about Pink Fan Fur and Company. Our platform is designed to bring super fans who love their team and to share their journeys about their team and their experiences and what inspires them as super fans. And that's pretty much it. We have a conversation, we have some fun, we go do round robins, we just let it all hang out loose. So that being said, I would like to introduce to you guys the Bills Mafia, the beautiful super fan herself, really doesn't need any introductions. Cherie Hall, Bills Leia.
Hi, guys. Hi, how are you? Thank you so
Welcome.
much. Thank you so much for having me on. It's an honor.
Welcome,
Yes,
Miss
I need a
Lee.
pom-poms. I need pom-poms.
Welcome to Pink Fanfare and Company, and more importantly, Super Fan Thursday.
Yes, thank you. I'm really excited. I'm so glad that you invited me on here. I think that this is a wonderful platform. I'm so stoked. I say let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Cheers. First of all, everybody, raise your glasses. Cheers to the beautiful Cherie Hall. And I want to say Princess Leia so bad, but I'm going to say Bill's Leia because she reminds me so much of Princess Leia and the princess that she is.
Yeah, I
We are
answer to
so glad
both.
to have you.
Usually at the stadiums, people will call me both. I'll answer
I
to both.
know.
They'll say Leia or they'll say Cherie. If they call
Okay,
me
Leia.
Cherie, I know they don't really know me.
Right. Well, we want to know who both Sherry is, Cherie, and Princess Leia as
Right.
well as Bill's Leia. We want to know all about who you are, what inspires you to be a super fan. Talk about how long you've been a Bills fan and why. What's inspired you to be a Bills fan, and what's inspired you to develop this persona, Bills Leia.
It's yeah, a very, very long story for I have a great many years behind me, but it started in 1988. I was 8 years old. I went to my first Bills game. My father took me, and it was a bonding experience for the both of us. And it was a memory that, I still to this day, it was like a very special moment between us. And he got me into football and he started explaining the game. And then I started watching football games with him. And it was something that we would do like on Sundays. And then all of a sudden, the Bills started becoming good and they started going to the Super Bowl. And then it was really exciting. And I mean, the first Super Bowl was 90, so I must have been 10. And then they kept going every single year. And when I was a young kid, I literally didn't even think that that was a special thing. My parents would be like, "Oh, the Bills are going to Super Bowl." Oh yeah, of course they always go. Like, in my mind couldn't understand that the Bills, what they were doing at that time, was really exceptional. Like that doesn't happen in the NFL. You don't go to consecutive Super Bowls. And so, I'm thinking, "Oh, this is great. This team is great. I love it." And then the next thing you know, 30 years of pain and suffering. And then we call them the dark ages. The comedic years, the years that I would walk around with my Bills gear on, and there'd be lots and lots of jokes, and there would be a lot of people going, "Oh, I'm so sorry you're a Bills fan." And I'm like, yeah, kind of like being a Jets fan now, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my Jets fans. I love you guys, but it's true. So that was it. I stuck with it. I continued on, even, I lived in a lot of different places. I lived in Albany, I lived in DC, I lived in Russia. I was an exchange student, always repping the Bills. And it was funny because no matter where I went, there was always someone who would recognize me wearing something Bills, and they would say, "Go Bills!" And it was kind of like a camaraderie, a head nod. You would see somebody wearing Bills gear, and you're walking around Maryland for some odd reason. Someone else is wearing Bills gear. Oh, okay, immediate bonds. You automatically become best friends. But it's a testament to the fan base, because it's a really good fan base, because we are like family. We consider each other family. So anywhere I go around the country, any Bills backers bar that I stop in any place in town, it's like they already know me, and like we're automatically family, and I love that. So I kept with it, and then we had a bright ray of sun that came out. His name was Josh Allen. And then we started
Indeed.
to become good again. And the the hard times were fading into the background, and all those years of jokes were kind of like the memories for us. And then so the whole reason I became a super fan was because it was in 2020. I was online and I saw this gentleman. He had a Darth Vader costume on, and it was Buffalo Bills. And I've always grown up as a Star Wars fan. That also is a testament to my dad. He got me into Star Wars and football. And I thought to myself, this is genius. I love the fact that he combined these two things, and I love both these things. So I ended up becoming friends with him. And then one time we were hanging out, and I said something in joking manner or passing. I said, "Well, what would you ever do if I just wanted to dress up and become Bill's Leia?" And he goes, "Well, you don't need my permission." And then I go, "I damn sure don't need your permission." So that's how it started. I decided that I was gonna, go into it. And really, as you know, the super fandoms we create ourselves. So whatever you want to do, whatever persona you want to do, just start doing it. You want to be pink haired, like, bullets on the vest, or whatever you want to do. You want to have bubbles coming out your shoulders. You do whatever you want. You just create your costume and stick with it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So it's been about 5 years of Bill's Leia.
I love it. The journey sounds so amazing, starting all the way from childhood. And those memories, you're just always going to hold those really close to your vest and just keep those with you. And,
They really are
they will
core.
develop into not just who you are, but to become a part of your fiber and your being, because you had that experience from childhood. That's different from where I come from. We did watch football, but
Hmm.
I didn't really start watching it until the
Hmm.
early 90s. But you've lived in a lot of places, and people have recognized the Bills logo because you guys are a staple. Been to the Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls now, and how many do you have under your
Well, we
belt?
went to four. Ugh.
Mhm.
We went to four. Didn't win
Okay.
any, but we did go to four.
Well,
Um,
going to four is good. Still
you
good.
know, you
Okay.
know.
It's
Yeah, I
hard
mean,
to
it's
get to the
it,
Super
it's
Bowl.
more than some teams in the NFL. So I guess I have to be grateful for small blessings.
We're gonna talk about your experience as far as like this past season, but going back to your experiences, when you see that calling. And the good thing is there's a bond, there's a bond between there's a connection, and your dad, moving around different places, people recognizing the logo, and then you just loving the team yourself. Win, lose, or draw, you just love the team no matter what. And you talked about those
Hmm.
love. And we've all had those we've all had those years of love. We've all had those jokes. And my team, probably has been in that long time low, a lot longer, and we were forgotten in the last 10 years. But no, kind of like you guys, hey,
Started to get good
some hope.
again. Started to have some hope.
Yeah, start to
You
have some
know.
hope, and then you saying how you like me now, and then
Yeah.
you get to you get to the wild card, the division. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But how do you feel inspired? I mean, the the team itself, the family aspect, the travel aspect of it, and just the fits, and you being inspired to do what you do, and talk a little bit about the inspiration behind it, as well as how do you go about like deciding what fit you're going to wear, and also love your hair. Um, how do you go about doing your hair and makeup? Because I do a lot of that as well, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure a lot of people out there are wanting to know.
It's a lot of time, a lot of waking up early. If it's a 1 o'clock game, I'm probably staying up from the night before type. The costumes, basically, I'm going to be honest, they're all dependent on the weather because, I mean, you can't wear something in August that, is going to be applicable for December and vice versa. So I've changed my costume a lot. I've tailored it. I have certain pieces that are like the main staple pieces. If I go to do events or if I go and make an appearance, I'll wear those. But usually for games, it's got to be functional. Depends on the weather. If it's raining, I'm not going to wear a certain type of clothes. If it's, sunny and, warm, I'm not going to wear like my big jacket. So I got to make adjustments. The hair, it takes about 3 hours. Because I mean, it's not my real hair. This is, two extensions, but I have to treat it like my real hair and braid each one and then take it and then wrap it and then do the ribbons around. I mean, I've gotten it down actually to about an hour and a half from start to finish. I had to start making it fast because, I can't wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do my
Because it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a
the
long
long
day.
day. And
So do you
especially,
record?
if you've gone to games outside, there's wind, there's, all these other factors. You got to have something to keep the hair down. You got to, like I said, if it's raining, if it's snowing, you got to make some sort of provision. It's all about adaptation. I hang out with a lot of groups of, different super fans, most of them men. And their costume, their characters, they're just one thing because we have a Mandalorian and he has his Mandalorian costume. And then we have, the Bill's Vader. Then we have somebody who's, dressed up as the dude from Halo, Bill Spartan. And so it's like you have these people that are wearing costumes, but they're masks. They're all masks. So they can just put it on. But me, my face is the mask. So I have to take a little bit of extra time. I can't just be rolling out of bed and putting on the baseball hat.
And
So men have it a little bit easier than I do, than us women, because you be looking fly when you come with your looks. You look good when you come with your looks. So you got it. That
so
takes time.
beautiful.
People don't
I
understand.
love it.
They don't
I
understand.
love it. Yeah, I want people to understand, and that's the thing I was going to ask you, because you look beautiful in anything you put on. One of the things I love about you too is you're similar to me. Like, we don't wear the same thing every
Yeah.
week. Like, trust and believe, you never know what pink fan fur's gonna come out
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
'Cause
But it's always going to be fabulous.
it's gonna be fabulous, and like you said, it takes so much time because we have the passion, we have the heart, and we have the loyalty to put all
Yeah.
of that time and energy into that. And that's what people need to understand
Yeah.
when you come on this show. Help them understand how this happens. And Bills and Panthers, if you're listening and looking at this show, you got to understand how much us fans put into this. This is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
A lot of work. I know all the people that I talk to. There's a Buffalo Soldier. He sews his own costume and he makes his own patches and he sews it on like military. I mean, these people are putting in work. Like they're fabricating their own things. You see, I can see it back there. It's a lot of work, and you got to spend your own money. People ask me, they go, "Oh, do you get paid for this?" No, I do not. I have to spend my own money.
We get that question a lot, and I don't know why people ask that question. There's not.
Because you know why? Do you know why? Because we should.
Let me know. I'll apply.
Because we should. That's why. I think we should. We should get paid because we start to become recognizable for the fan base. And, people, like, I'll be walking around sometimes just not even done up. And people are like, "Are you Bill Zaya?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. How do you know?" Like, but it's kind of weird. But, like, at the same time, it's, it's honoring. And I think that people recognize our work, and I love that. I love that people can see us and appreciate what we do, and just kind of give us a high five when we walk by and be like, yeah, that's awesome.
They do, and I'm sure you get that a lot like we do. And that's why it's so important for us to put it out there that one of the things that we don't just like dress up in costume or outfits. We don't just do it because it's a notoriety thing, or it's, oh yeah, people gonna recognize me. We want attention.
Hmm.
No,
It's the
none of those
fandom.
things. It's the fandom thing, and we're fanatics
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And
I know that you're probably the exact same way, but if I'm not dressed up, I'm still screaming just as loud. I'm still reacting just as hard. The tears are just as real. Do you know? I mean, because we feel it in our hearts. I think that's kind of what personifies a super fan. You're wearing your inside feelings on the outside. You're like putting on an outfit, a costume to kind of cosplay into your love for your team. And I love the expression of that. I love seeing the different variations. I have friends from every single one of these teams, and I've made a lot of friends because I don't know. We went to the draft. Obviously you've gone to the draft. I'm planning on going this year. I don't know if you're, yeah, yeah, I'm going this year, Pittsburgh. But then you meet these other super fans, and you guys are like instant friends. Like I got all these friends in Minnesota. I just went to Denver to go with my girl in Denver, and I love the fact that we became a community. And for those that are watching, yes, we all do hang out and we all love each other. Like I'm in group chats with
we do
people. We love each other.
because we're fans of fans, and
Yeah,
we're
there's
all
no
fans
rivalry.
united.
There's no
We're
rivalry.
we're we're friends. We're fans of fans. We're fans united, and we're all fans united, city to city. And I'm so glad that you put it that way, because that's a good way to put it as far as like the testimonial regarding our fandom for our teams. But not only that, I mean, we do community work as well. At least I
Yep.
know that me and
Hmm.
we do
Hmm.
community work. I had Ramator on here a couple of weeks ago talking about his community work out there in Los Angeles. So we not only
Yeah.
attend these games, we attend events. Like for me, I know you probably do too. Attend the game, not just the games, but these special events that they
Yeah.
have during the season, during the off season. And then you do stuff out into the community. You might have a certain nonprofit organization or organization that you like to work with, that you hold
Hmm.
close to the vest, that you might do some work with. You can talk about that if
Yep.
you want to, but I wanted to put that out there, that was a good way of putting that, was that the testimonial, it shows to our loyalty to our teams, but we're also having a lot of fun while we're doing this.
Yeah. And most of the people that dress up in costumes are a certain type of person. We're very outgoing, friendly, loving, caring, kind people. Like, I mean, I found that out when I started. We had the home opener one year, and the Raiders fans came into town. And the Raiders super fans, they're very, Mad Max looking, dark, and real intimidating. I'm gonna tell you, Sonia, these people were the sweetest people I have ever met in my entire life. They were so kind. They were so gracious. I'm just like, I was blown away. Like, I mean, you gotta understand that there's a different sort of world with this super fandom. Like, there's kind of like a world aside from the actual NFL world. It's like we have our own thing. Like you were saying, we get together in the off season. We do like the charity work. And it's for these like wonderful, we raise money for, like, we did a coat drive. We did a trunk or treat for October for the kids for Flights of Hope, because the kids that couldn't walk to houses that had to be in wheelchairs. And we went around in full costume and you know what? It's so heartening, because then it also gives us a purpose. It gives us something to come together to do, to help the community, and it's fun. We have a good time. Everybody wins in these scenarios. So I think there should be a lot more lighthearted kindness and fun and friendship going on in this world. Because you see what else is all the rest, right?
Yeah, all the rest is a little here,
I don't
neither
like
here
all
nor
the
there,
rest.
but
I don't like it.
it's Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about all the rest. I mean, all the rest. Someone was telling me that it was a couple of weeks ago when someone said, "You know what? There needs to be a reality show for super fans." I'm like, I
Yes, I agree.
agree.
Yeah.
The day in the life of a super fan is not all bells and whistles and smelling the roses. There's some
Oh
bad
no.
parts too. Those things that you talked about, all the rest.
Oh, I'm
Um,
telling you, it's drama. It's like a soap opera. There's drama, there's infighting, there's like undercutting. I didn't even realize that until I started getting into the
Criminality.
world where people I because I'm friends with most everybody. And I realize there's different factions within the super fandom, and it's hilarious to me. I think it's funny. But
You
I don't know
know,
if you
we
experienced that in North Carolina because it seems to
we
be
do.
around the league.
It's the thing called, I guess, part of that humanity thing and that
Yeah.
people thing. I mean, people are going to do what people do, and people are going to say what people
Yeah.
say, and you're going to have those levels of class, and people think they might be this or that. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, when it comes down to those lighthearted people and those good down to earth, just good people with good intentions, those are us. I mean, like, we're not going to let that bother us because, like I said, people are going to do what they do and they're going to say what they're going to say and they're going to be exactly who they are. We're
Yeah.
being exactly who we are in what we do, how we look, how we come across, how we communicate, and how we perpetrate to the world that this is who we really are. And we're the same person inside and out of this. Anybody will tell you who knows me will tell you I'm the same person in and out of this. Lighthearted,
Yeah.
fun,
Hmm.
good person, all those things, friendly. There's no reason for me to get into the all the other stuff about what you
Yeah.
mentioned because we're doing exactly what we love to do.
And you know that when we first met each other, it was instantly a hit. We instantly bonded with each other because I was like, game recognizes game and soul recognizes soul. And
That's
when the light in me reaches the light in you, then it's like, oh, okay, that. And I'm like, this part of my tribe.
yes.
Yeah, and I love
Very
it.
good way of putting that. I love the way that you put those things into a really good, understandable way where people can resonate with that. And
Yeah.
we know that game recognized game, even though I'm
Yeah.
from Watts. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
still down to earth and just have good intentions. And
Yeah. And I don't know how to explain that to people because they feel that we should have some sort of rivalry, especially the teams that have don't like each other. Like I have friends in our division, for instance. We got Miami, we got the Dolphins, or we got Dolphins, we got Jets, and we got Patriots. And I have friends on each one of those teams. And yeah, you do a lighthearted banter. You're like ribbing each other, like, oh, today, but I don't hate those people. You know what I mean? I'm not putting bad words out in the universe. I'm not trash talking, trying to ruin somebody's day online, making stupid comments about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a sore loser. I mean, I'm a good loser. So it's like if I go online and I see all these people, they're just basically, woe is me. And I'm saying that because this is recent news for the Bills. Because as you know, our head coach got fired and it's been a big drama with us. The Bills they kind of gave us a 1-2 punch with that because we lose the game. And then less than 24 hours later, here we are, and we lost our coach for like the past decade. And a lot of people took that hard. A lot, it affected a lot of people. And it is a big, thing. I think people just didn't have a chance to breathe in between us losing that big game and then hearing this news. And it was a lot. People are still reeling from it.
yeah, definitely they didn't give the Bills nor the fans of the Bills any time
Yeah.
to process,
No,
unfortunately losing to the Broncos by 3 points in overtime. And I'm so sad to say, I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm sad to hear that you guys lost because I really was rooting for the Bills.
I
And
know.
it's like 3 points. We did the same exact thing.
I
And
know. It's
of course, we didn't go in
heartbreaking,
overtime,
girl. Girl, it's
but
heartbreaking.
yeah. And you were still like processing that because you made it so far. You
Yeah.
had such a magical season and you started to think, okay, this is it. This is the year, this is it.
Yeah.
And then,
You listen
unfortunately,
to
you
the
lose.
hype.
And then the next day you wake up to this, your coach is fired, and you're like, wait, what?
It was a
I
gut punch.
mean, the coach took us all the way to where we were.
I
That's
also
how you
think
guys
that I don't
doing.
speak for all of Buffalo, but I think that they didn't even give us a chance to like have a say in it. And I think that's the problem that people have, is that they didn't really listen to the fans. They didn't really say, "Hey, what do you guys think?" Because I mean, right now there's a petition that has about 75,000 signatures on it to reinstate Sean McDermott as the coach. And I mean, whether or not that ever happens, that'd probably be a long shot. But even if it doesn't, it's just to make a point that people loved him, and that, you know, it was kind of bad timing for you to do that the day after we were trying to process this wild card round. You know what I mean? It was, I don't know. It's just, I feel like they could have done
can't
it. They could have
imagine.
done it a little bit better. Let's just
It
put it
was a
that way.
little disrespectful. Yeah, I get
A
you.
little
I'm right there
disrespectful.
with you. It was a little disrespectful and a list, like you said, disheartening. That's one of the sides of football that we know we know
Sometimes
it's coming
unfair.
at some point or another. It's just that, can we get time to kind of regurgitate the good
Hmm.
parts of the game that we lost?
Hmm.
Speaking about that, like your season, what do you feel like with your season was the moment in your season? Don't even say when you came to Carolina and you beat the hell out of us. Okay, don't say it. But
No,
when
no, that was a
in
good
your
game though.
season, when in your season did you believe? Well, you probably have already believed, but at that moment, you had something special for this particular season.
Um, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I was like a little bit more confident about last season than I was about this season. And it's not to try to not have faith in these players, because I love these players. They're all young guys. Like, you know, they're still to be tested. You can't really expect too much out of them. But this season, I thought we could do it. Like, I thought that it was enough of the puzzle pieces were down on the board so that we could kind of start to see the picture a little bit better. And even though we didn't have all the missing pieces, we could still kind of play it off and like present like the picture at the end. But then it seemed like it was going to happen at the end, towards December. The beginning of December was mostly when it started to, you know, the momentum shifted, because we had like, you know, that string of losses, which was terrible, but that's like, you know, October, November. And then it started to
Was the
seem like
best
we were
was
going somewhere. It
so
started to
that was the turning
seem like
point.
we were on the right track. And
Well, you
then,
guys
you
were
know,
on the right track.
you
In
go to the
December.
second last, now you're in the divisional round, and all you have to do is win that game and one more. And it's
Well, you won.
heartbreaking.
I mean, with the Jags. I mean, didn't you guys win with the Jags? You won with the Jags because you were able
Yeah.
to advance to the
The wild card, yeah.
divisional. And so that's, you said that might have been the turning point in December timeframe, which, yeah, you guys were on the right trajectory. I said
Yeah.
trajectory.
I mean, it
And
seemed like all the parts were there, but just then somehow we jumped timelines, and now we're in the wrong timeline, the timeline we're not supposed to be in. So I mean, now I don't know what's going to happen, because moving forward, who's going to be the coach? I mean, I don't know if you've heard about these candidates that they're trying to get. I've heard everyone from Bill Belichick to Philip Rivers to your mama. Like,
I have heard about the
it's like a circus
interviewees.
over there.
It is a circus. It goes on every single time when they're in search of a new
Oh my
coach. Like, it
God,
makes
it's
no sense to
crazy.
me. When you got a good thing going, don't ruin the good thing that you have going. Just
It's
if
a
there's
shame,
things that you
Sonia.
gotta change, if there's things you gotta fix, then fix those things because you have a great relationship with your coach. What the heck?
I don't know, dude. It's a lot. There's something that just doesn't seem right about it. I'm gonna say that the feeling in Buffalo is that we're kind of suspicious a little bit. We don't really trust our GM anymore. We don't really trust the ownership anymore. And I think that's a big thing to lose, when you start to lose the trust of the people, and the people start to like look at you sideways and be like, well, you seem to be very out of touch. I don't know if you know anything about, they came out after they fired him with a press conference. And the owner and the GM basically like threw one of our players under the bus, Keon Coleman, saying that they didn't even want to pick him. It's like, what does he even have to do with this? But it was like explaining everything but the real reason why you ended up firing Sean McDermott. And it just didn't sit right in my soul. You know how stuff just sometimes doesn't sit right with you? It didn't sit right with me.
You get that innate feeling, that innate feeling in this. The deception is real. Like you can see that through, you know, you can see straight through that facade. Yeah. And you're like, stop trying to blame this and blame that. Just talk about the real reason. And so those are the highs and the lows, the goods and the bads, mostly bads of this part that, you know, we don't like, the losing and the changing of you know, staff. Because I was saying this the other day to somebody about the leadership is when the leadership changes, everything changes.
It's a shakeup. Yeah. And it's hard because, you know what, now you don't know what's going to happen moving forward. Because it could be the greatest thing or it could be a disaster. And now we're back to where we were 30 years ago. You know, and I think that's what makes people nervous.
Right. And you don't want to go in reverse, but, you know, being that we're super fans and this is just what we do, you've seen it all the way back to 1988. You know, I've seen it all the way back from 1993, 1998.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen all of these things happen. We've seen all of the highs and the lows and the goods and the bads and the wins and the Super Bowls. We've been to 2 Super Bowls and hadn't won one yet either.
Well, at least your name doesn't make the joke. Do you know the joke for the Bills? Like, what does Bills stand for? Boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
No, actually, I'm surprised I haven't heard that.
I heard that all my life, girl.
That's crazy.
When, every time I'd have like a Bills hat on or some dude would come over and like, you know what the Bills stand for? Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
We got the kind of similar, the same thing, you know, when we had our Cam years, when we had our lull years.
Cam was good though. Cam was good for you.
I'm like, excuse me?
Cam was good for you. Cam did well.
Look, we could do a whole show on Cam because he put the Panthers on the map with all the swag that he brought back. And when he came back to the stadium 2 weeks ago, this city and that stadium was on fire. Do you hear me?
Did he come with his little big hat on?
He did wear his hat. I think he did wear his hat, if I'm not mistaken. I got some video of him.
Oh, yeah.
Came over to the Roaring Riot. And he came over, did his show 4th and 1. He did his show live at the Roaring Riot's tailgate. And let me tell you, it was pandemonium. I mean, I was right there, fortunately, in the front row. But I was just so excited and so elated just to hear that he was coming. And then when he came, it was crazy. It was the love that people have in this city for Cam Newton. And then NFL, if you're listening to me, and Panthers, if you're listening to us, Cam Newton is the truth. Okay.
Yeah. He was a great quarterback. He made all of it before it was even a thing. Like he was doing stuff that Josh Allen does now, but he walks so Josh Allen could run. You know what I mean? Like Cam was a great quarterback.
Yes. And so during those years and post years, we got a lot of jokes. We got a lot of why you're a Panthers. You know what? Like I said, being a super fan, that is who we are, what we do. We stick to our team no matter what. Like you said, we don't know what's going to happen, but guess what? We're going to come out with a different fit every time.
Yeah. And you know what? And I'm still going to have a smile on my face, even though my makeup is flaking. The show must go on. You know, the
show must go on because it's what we do. The fans, especially the kids.
Oh my God, the kids! I love the kids. Do you? So I started to make these stickers. Actually, I think I might have one. Oh, yep. So I have these. Started to make these stickers. Um,
Those are
because
so
I
cute.
needed to start giving things to these kids that would come up and their eyes would light up and they want to come up and they want to take pictures. And so I started like, oh, I'm just gonna give out these stickers. I mean, I didn't know what else to do.
I got you on that one. Hold on. I got you. I got you. I got you. This is what I do too. I do the same. And I got plenty of stickers. I started doing that too because I wanted to hand out something.
I think I have
Some
your
little
small
stickers,
stickers.
actually.
Hold
Yeah,
on, I
some
think
little
I have
fall
my.
stickers. Yeah, you must have the blue one.
I think I do.
Hey, you got the patch. I had patches, but I ran out.
Yeah, I've been trying to put these like stickers on. So every time somebody gives me a sticker, but then some of them fall off.
That's okay.
We should. Are you go? You said you're going to the draft.
Oh yeah, we're going to the draft, definitely.
Okay, so then we'll just have to do a sticker exchange there.
Of course, absolutely. So talking about like going back to, and we don't want to talk more. We want to talk more about like the highs. Like,
Yeah,
what was your
not
biggest
the bad.
thrill? What was your biggest thrill and your biggest high point of your season as Bills Leia, as a super fan, as a person?
So I had the opportunity to go to Bill's Backers Bar in Astoria in New York during the Bills Miami game. So I went to, the owner of this, I just found him on Instagram and I said, hey, like I'm going to be in New York City for this weekend, but I'm a Bills fan and I do these Bills things. I dress up in costume. I heard that you're the Bills Backers Bar here in New York City. Do you think I could come and make like an appearance and like just kind of like hang out with you guys because I need to be around my people? And he was so welcoming and he was like, yes, of course, you come in. And they had a whole thing and the hospitality was off the charts. They literally just showed me such a warm welcome. And it was such a good experience to go to another city that's not Buffalo to watch the football game that I usually watch in Buffalo, but now I'm watching it with other Bills fans in another city. And I love that. I mean, I don't know if the Panthers do that, but they have like different chapters for each like Panthers backers bar that's in every state.
We have the Roaring Riot, and they are the they are the official Carolina Panthers spirit team. And of course, like yours, they have different chapters in different cities throughout the United States. So it's always really good. Like, especially when you go to these away games, sometimes the city host chapter will host that tailgate and meet and greet and things like that. So that's a really good experience that you get to have that experience with other fans, but in another state. Because
it was literally, I felt like I was in Buffalo. The entire bar was just Bills fans. I was with a Jets fan, and they were looking at him weird, like that he was walking. And it's just such a unique experience, like having things like that or being able to do things like that. I mean, I'm sure that if I wasn't doing Bills LEAI, I could have just gone to this bar, but it was a little bit different because like it was an experience. So I got to put my sticker on the bar and everything. It was and then like I said, one of the other highlights was not Bills related. It was because of this fandom, because we're, fans of fans and we all support each other as super fans. I met a woman who became one of my best friends, and she lives in Denver. She's Bronco Mary, and she does like the orange and blue. And she said to me, she goes,
Mary.
Yeah. And she said to me, she goes, what are you doing on the Bills bye week? Because, every week I have to dress up in costume. I'm usually doing the tailgates and like it's a lot of work. And she goes, why don't you just come to Denver and you could just come and watch the Broncos Giants game? And I go, yeah, why not? And it was one of the best experiences. And I dressed up full Leia, and people were there at the stadium. They're like, what are the Bills playing today? We don't understand what's going on. But I met all their super fans, such good people, so much fun. They're like awesome over there. Like, and they didn't even care that I was there for like no reason. People were looking at me like I was confused. They were like, do you know what teams are playing here? But it's
Those
like
are not the
opportunities like
people.
that. I would never have been able to do anything like that if I hadn't become like a super fan in this community.
And then those people that you talked about who had no clue and they were looking like you, like, well,
Yeah.
wait a minute now. Then that educates them and gives them some insight into what super fans actually do. Literally, that
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a game. Okay,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. I mean, you tell me if you saw some dude dressed up to the nines and a whole bunch of, it doesn't even matter what team he's for. You're going to notice it. You're going to see it. If you see
Right.
what the Jacksonville Jaguars, we hosted them one time and the ladies are gorgeous. Like literally just comes like full feathers. Like I'm talking about Vegas showgirl style outfits. Love it. Those are my
We had
queens.
them on a few weeks ago. Actually, we had Nikki
Yes,
and
I love them. I love
Sally
them.
Jag, and we had Jackson Ball Z, and we had Sheila Pepper
Yes.
on. If you haven't seen that show, go check it out, guys and girls. But yeah, there doesn't have to be a game, but just to have this fandom. And like going back to the draft for a few minutes, the draft is a place for us to, like, it's a reunion. And
Hmm. I do feel
Alex
like
and
that.
I were
I
talking
feel
about,
like that.
it's like a reunion, and people are like, well, what do you do at the draft? Like, as a super fan, what do you do? What do you do at the draft? Like, meet other super fans,
It's like a school
and
field trip for all of us.
it's like we have a super fan summit party. We
Yeah.
have another meet and greet party. I mean, there's so much stuff going on in the city. It's exciting, and I know that when I went in 23, that was my first time ever going to a draft, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Lord, I've been missing out on this all this time, and
Yeah.
I've been a super fan longer than I've been going to the draft, as well as a
Yeah.
team lover, sports lover longer than I've been going to the draft. I'm like, I've been
Yeah.
missing this all my life.
Yeah. And it's amazing experience. And we have so much fun. Y'all don't know how much fun us super fans can have, but that stays behind the scenes with the super fan.
Listen, let's talk about real important what the importance of, and I know you kind of elaborated on this earlier, but given that everything that's going on, with the losses and the change in leadership, and not really know who the leader's going to be, but
Hmm.
like, how important is fandemonium and super fanism, if that's a word? How important is the fans to the morale of the team in the city, the town, the state, the United States, the world?
I think it's absolutely necessary because, like, when you have a failure with leadership, failure from the top, you need people amongst your group, your friends, your fellow fans. You need them to rally and you need stability. You need to have some sort of constant because it's like a lot of this chaos is happening. But you know what's always going to be constant? Me loving the Bills, you loving the Bills, us being fans. Like, and I think that's the kind of the hand that's like a healing process because we kind of turn to each other in these difficult times and we go, well, you know what, we might not have stability going on up top, but we got each other and we're gonna get through this. And it's like it's a healing process almost, to maintain. And you know how many people had to reach out to just when my friend was so upset she had to come over and I had to just give her a hug when she found out the news about the coach. I mean, it affects people. It affects these people's lives. And, being a super fan, I hope to just bring a little bit of sunshine when the days get cloudy, a little bit of fun, a little bit of levity. They could look at me and be like, oh, everything might be all up in the air, but at least she's the constant. At least she's still doing her thing. You know what I mean?
One thing I can say about Bill's LEAI is she is going to bring it, and she is going to be the constant, and she is going to bring that super fanism to the table. And from what I understand, you got a couple of little super fans over there with you.
Oh yeah. Well, I have my mini me, my mini Bills LEAI. She comes with me 2
That is
games.
so cute.
And I
Talk
had
about
my dog,
her.
but she escaped. My dog, she's a 4.5 pound Chihuahua, and I make her wear Bills gear all the time. And if anybody wants to know, her name is also LEAI. So
LEAI and LEAI. ladies and gentlemen.
It just makes it
Really
easy to remember.
can't go there. I like the way you put it, the fact that you said that it's a constant and you have to be consistent in this game. Like
Hmm.
we were saying, there is no off season for us super fans
Mm-mm.
out there, guys
No.
and girls. There's no off season where if you're like, Leia and I mean, we're constantly thinking about what fit we're going to put on next. And we always want to outdo ourselves the last time. We're not trying to outdo anybody, but we're trying to outdo ourselves because the creativity, the time, work, and energy, and I say blood, sweat, and tears that you put into these fits, hair, makeup, fits, take time and it's a lot of work. Do
Hmm.
you find that that's like therapeutic?
It is. I feel that when I'm getting ready in costume, it feels like I'm like putting myself through a spa day. Like so I'm, doing the face thing, taking my time with it. Like that's what it really is. People are like, how long does it take you? I'm like, yeah, about 3 hours. And like, that's a long time. It's really because I'm just not rushing. I'm just sitting
Right.
there, putting on makeup and then I'm combing my hair and it's just I'm getting myself prepped also mentally, kind of like keeping the calm before the storm. Because you go to a tailgate and it's immediate action. There's immediate like there's no quiet times at a tailgate, so it starts right away and it might end badly or it might end good, but either way energy is going to be super high. So I kind of give myself a little bit of a time beforehand.
And since you say it was therapeutic, I say it's therapeutic. And guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, if you're asking the question like, oh wow, 3 hours, that's a long time. But think of it like this, okay? It's self-care. It's
Mhm.
her and she and me and everyone else who's doing this. They're
Mhm.
prepping to rep and getting you to say, recognize and realize that this is not going anywhere. But also because we say it is therapeutic, it's therapeutic for you. It's a therapy for you. It's like this self-care thing. So I say if it's 3 hours and it's good for your mind, body, and
Mhm.
soul, I say do it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it takes about a half an hour to get into the boots.
I
Which
think
by
I
the way,
saw a
I
pair of
got
the
new
boots
boots.
you
I'm
had
very
on.
excited to wear them.
Oh, we gotta see these boots. I know that I thought I saw them on your Facebook pages,
Oh
your
wait, wait,
social.
wait. I'll go get them. Hold on a
Go
second.
go get those boots, girl, because they are hot. I hope everybody's enjoying the show. Jumping into the comments. Okay, look at that. Shine the light on those boots.
Here, what's that?
Oh, wow, those are pretty. Beautiful.
So the the fact that I can't wear them. I was I got them for Christmas and I was gonna wear them in the playoffs and then I can't. So now they're next year boots for the
That's okay. You know what you
preseason.
can do? You can always kind of get in your fit and take some photo shoots, do
Yeah.
a photo shoot. But also I was gonna ask you too, we got about 10 minutes. Like you see, we talked a little bit about the makeup and the hair, but like I don't know if you do what I do. Sometimes
Mm.
I'll go and I'll go live and I'll do a live show when I'm doing my hair and my makeup because people like that. I mean, if I gotta do it, I might as well show people because a lot of people always ask, how do you do that? Do you do that all yourself?
Yeah. Oh
How
yeah.
long does it take? So I
Yeah.
do the live shows with the hair and the makeup or one or the other. And I'm
Yeah.
getting ready to do some live shows with me actually working on these machines back here. So it's like we really want
Yeah.
to put it out there. What do you think? Do you do that?
Well, I mean, I think that it's just maintaining a certain type of standard. So it's like if you're a persona like me and you, why wouldn't I always maintain it? When I went to Denver, I traveled by myself. I walk through the airport in full buns. Like I'm just when people are looking at me like, but I'm going to tell you one thing: every single person knew what team I rooted for. Every single person gave me like it's like kind of projecting an image. Yeah. So if I saw you walking through like a flea market with like full wig and stuff, myself, I wouldn't think twice about it. But then I'm the kind of person where I'm like, hey, when I see stuff like that. Like, to me, it can never be too much. It can only be not enough.
Not enough. There's never enough. And I'm about to show you. I got a couple of things. I got way too much stuff that's not enough, but okay.
Oh, I love that. That's hot. That's hot.
Fans.
Yes.
Fans.
Yeah, girl. Yes.
Right here on Pink Fan Fur and Company.
Yes.
That's what the fans are.
Wait, I lied. I'm gonna wear the boots for the draft.
Oh, you want me to bring you a fan?
Yes. And then I'll bring some stickers too.
Okay. I am so excited to see you and at the draft. I'm so excited. Like, listen, like she was talking about, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, talking about getting ready to go to the tailgate. The moment that you step foot into the tailgate, it starts. Well, guess what? The tailgate starts the night before.
Yeah. or sometimes 2 nights before.
And then you got to put your phone on, like, don't disturb. Because if I'm doing a live show with my phone, I'm like, don't be calling and texting me. I'm on my live show. But I love it. I tell people this, that I am certainly living my dream, and I hope that you're living your dream. But I also wanted to compliment you guys, the Bills fans. Like, I go back to, I'm having a little PTSD from when you guys came to Carolina this past season.
That never happened. That was like 90 years ago.
That was a rude awakening for me, and I'm gonna go out there and put this out there publicly, because Pink Fan Fur did not realize how much the Bills fans travel. Because I'm like, I drove up there to park in my normal spot, and I'm like, what the ham sandwiches is going on here? I cannot find a parking spot.
You're like,
Listen, I was so floored at the way you guys turned out at that game. Literally, every freaking parking lot was full of Bills fans. Like, every single parking lot around the stadium. It was crazy.
Oh yeah. They make forums online about getting like buses together and making like group trips to places. Oh yeah. Amazing. They're serious.
You guys did the damn thing on that, and I am so impressed that you guys, like, you travel like the 49ers, the Dallas Cowgirls, and who else?
And the Raiders.
The
Raiders travel well too.
Speaking of Raiders, real quick, you mentioned them earlier on. Shout out to the Raiders. I love the Raiders fans. I went to the game last year. You know how it is. Their stadium is absolutely amazing. Their fans are absolutely stunning. And like you said, so super friendly. We went to a meet and greet the night before. I usually hang out with Captain Jack and a lot of his friends, and that's how I met a lot of the Raiders fans.
Raider Wolf, Captain Jack,
Raider Asylum, Raider everybody. Anybody who's a Raiders fan, I love you. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys, and I want to have a Raiders fan on my show soon. Can always get Captain Jack on there. So shout out to
Captain Jack.
I need you on my show, brother. And so we don't have an off season. Well, if you had some words of encouragement for your fans, for the Bills fans, for all of the fans out there, since we're all fans of fans, what would be your words of encouragement for, looking back on this past season, looking forward to the next so-called off season that we don't have as super fans? What would be your words of encouragement?
Well, my words to the Bills fans: keep on going. Like Tupac says, you have to keep your head up. This is not over. It's far from over. People need to calm down. Everybody, we're going to be fine. We will be fine. We got Josh Allen. It doesn't matter. As long as that man is on our team, I think we can do anything. So just keep your chin up. Trust the process. Just let's believe a little bit, and everything is going to work out. Now, to fans in general, guys, if you love your team, just do it. If you're thinking about being a super fan and you're thinking about, oh, should I, or people are going to make fun of me, or what if they don't like this? Throw that all out the window. Do whatever you want to do. You want to be, a SpongeBob character? Do that. You want to be a bubble? I don't care. Like, you just go 110% into it, own it, and you know what? People respect that. People love you, and they love authenticity. So just do whatever you want to do. Do not try to take criticism. It doesn't matter. Haters are going to hate. There's always going to be somebody to say, but if you're doing what you love to do in your heart, it's going to shine.
You guys heard it straight from Cherie Hall's mouth, aka Bill's Leia, talking about everything from the childhood memories of the Bills growing up with her family, traveling the world, people in different places on the globe recognizing the Bills logo. Of course, you guys are worldwide. I mean, and just coming into her own as stepping into that world of super fanism. And I said this earlier, but if I didn't say this earlier, being a super fan is a thing, okay?
And it's a fun thing.
People.
It's fun, guys.
It's a fun thing. And she talked about it. If you Bills fans, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna have these ups and downs, these highs and lows. You're gonna have this bell curve. You're gonna have all of those things. And if you stay true to who you are as a super fan, and if you step into your own creativity and just create exactly who you want to not become, but who you really are, actually, but on the outside, like this is who you really are, but this is kind of like you're portraying this, your true persona is wrapped up into your fit. And that's what Bill's Leia is talking about, you guys. Like, authenticity is key. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Be exactly who you are. And I love that. Thank you so much for that those words of encouragement. I guess, like, as we wind down, like, if someone was like kind of, and I get this a lot, like, how do you even do that? Like, how do you even get started? Like, if someone wanted to become a super fan and they didn't really know if they had it in them, but they kind of had this, they kind of want to do it. What would you say to them?
Well, I think that it all starts with an idea. So you got to have your own idea. I don't know. I want to be, a Batman character. I want to be like, a princess character. I pick something, go with it, and then just start to see what could I do to transform and make this character come to life, and how could I make it my team's kind of character. So if I for the Panthers, if I want to be Deadpool, how can I make it Panthers Deadpool? And you got to just kind of get those creative juices flowing, kind of like back in middle school when they asked you to make the art project. You gotta get the crayons out, and you gotta start just drawing it out. And then once you have a goal, once you have a focus, it really does become easy. All you have to do is go to Michael's. You go to your Hobby Lobby or wherever you want to go to Walmart, go to, just get stuff. And it doesn't even have to be exactly like whatever character you're trying to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I think that's what people are afraid of. They decide that I'm not going to put myself out there because what if I don't look like the character? What if I don't do, justice to what I'm trying to show? It doesn't matter. People don't see that. People love that you're even trying. People love that you got out of bed in an extra hour. You put some effort in. So don't be discouraged. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to do it.
You just got to do it. Straight from keep wanting to say Princess Leia. We'll say Princess Bill's Leia's mouth. Like, just do it. Be encouraged. Don't be discouraged. Be encouraged. Just do it. Be creative. And hey, you can reach out to all of us. We can help you. And
we got you.
I want you to tell the world how do people reach out to you? How do they get to your social media?
Well, I am on Instagram, so it's Bills Leia, BILLSLEIA. I should be the only one. You guys let me know if I'm not. And then Cherie Hall on Facebook.
We are so glad that you decided to join us tonight on Superfan Thursday.
I'm so glad you guys
It's been a
to
pleasure.
have me.
It's
It's
been an
just been
honor and a
an
pleasure.
honor, really.
Yeah, for us, it's been an honor. We so appreciate you. And you're always welcome to come back on. Bring some more of your
Yes.
Bills fans. Come on, let's go. Let's
Well,
do
one
this,
of these
especially
days we
for
got
the
to get the
draft.
crew. We'll get the crew together. We'll do like a group thing. So,
That's right. Let's
and
do
I'm
it.
excited
Bills
to see
land,
you. I can't
everybody.
wait to see you.
See you at the draft. Hey, everybody in the comments, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Brian Arndt, BA on the ones and twos back there on stage. Thank you to all of our viewers. We love you guys. Until next time. Hey, next week, you got to come back on Superfan Thursday to see who that mystery guest is. In the meantime, Cherie, have a great evening and have a good
Thank
day.
you.
We will see you at the draft, Miss Beautiful.
All right. I
Pink
can't wait.
Panther and Company.
You
We're
have a
out.
blessed day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.